Hello, what's up? This is Afrojack, and this is the Saturday Night Online Ask Me Anything. Special thanks to Romeo for bringing me out here because it's a summer thing. So I got some questions, and I have this paper here that says all the questions. So I'm gonna go through some of these questions while like just bouncing around back and forth. It's my studio, by the way, so make yourselves at home. Sorry. Okay, so we have Hayit from Paris. What are my own 3 most favorite tracks I've created so far? I don't know. I still like, I always like to feel close to my fans, and I think that my fans' favorite songs are probably Take Over Control, Bang Duck, it's a really old one, and I don't know, I think like my fans are really fond of Major Lazer Upon the Floor, which I produced a long time ago. And of course Summer Thing. Like Summer Thing is my favorite song. You should all go check it out because it's so favorite. We have Norma from San Diego. What are currently your main challenges as a DJ? Well, I was playing Tomorrowland last week, and I was really thinking like, wow, there's a lot of DJs, or like 150 DJs playing. And so I thought like, wow, it might be a challenge to create a track selection. But because I like 80% of the stuff that I play is like my own stuff, it wasn't that much of a challenge. But I couldn't imagine for a lot of DJs that don't produce too much that it might be challenging. I didn't really have a hard time with it though. It was fun. I always have fun while DJing. I think the only challenging part is like right now, when you're like playing like big festivals and you're like in front of people that, you know, like some of them are your fans and some of them are like brand new to your music. Like, I don't want to like scare them off with the bleeps or stuff, so I always like get my track selection in there that it's like a mix of a little bit like what I do and what I like, so I can like slowly like introduce them to the sounds that I make. That's what I always try to do. We have Marie from Tampa. Hello, Marie. How are you? Tampa? Looking at like a manager lady standing over there, but she don't know. Tampa. No, Tampa you spell with an A. Tampa is in Florida. I know Tampa. I don't know what Tampa is, or maybe someone just spelled it right. It's Tampa. Okay. What are the main differences between DJing and producing? Well, I think the biggest difference between DJing and producing is that DJing usually happens in front of a bunch of people, and producing happens here in like a big room with some speakers, and usually no people or maybe 1 or 2 people. So that's the biggest difference. Candy from New York. New York, NYC. Are you going to produce a song with Tiesto one day? Well, I probably will, because we're really good friends and we always have lots of fun. But we just never had the time to share a studio together. But I'll make sure to try and put some effort into doing that, because that would probably be fun. Harold from Las Vegas. I like Las Vegas. I go there a lot. How long does it usually take you to produce or write a song? Well, like writing a song or producing a song, like when you're in the studio, it usually doesn't take that much time, but like conjuring it up in my head, like just like thinking like, oh, I'm gonna do this, or I want to do this, that sometimes takes days, weeks, months. It's like you're already writing the song in your head, and then when you get to the studio, that's when you actually do it. But I've been producing for like 16 years or something, so like actually producing the song, that's really simple. Gianna from Venezuela. What advice would you give to a female DJ and producer entering the industry? Well, I would give the same advice to a female DJ and producer as like a male DJ and producer. Make songs, make dope songs, and when you're playing for a crowd and they don't know who you are, introduce yourself, and don't just like go your own style all the way, but just like try and teach them what you are about. Just like, this is what I'm about, but just go like, you like this song? Yeah, this is what I do with this song. I remix it and then I play it. And then you're like, now I get it. So that's an important thing. Cater to your people. Melly from Fresno. Would you rather have a summer fling or a long-term relationship? Well, I think that everyone loves a summer fling, but I think eventually everyone wants a long-term relationship. That's like that's life. That's what life is about. Eventually. Mandy from Kentville. What are my favorite TV shows to watch as of this moment? Well, we all know The Walking Dead, of course. Love The Walking Dead. Game of Thrones, The Simpsons, Family Guy, South Park. Been watching that for a long time. Law and Order. Sometimes a bit serious, but it's good to get your mind off stuff and see all kinds of terrible things happening in the world that didn't really happen because it's a TV show, but whatever. It's a fun show. I actually I enjoy watching anything that has to do with comedy. I love watching movies. Movies are awesome. Like I recently watched Ted 2. That movie was epic. I'm ready for Ted 3. Seth, I'm ready for Ted 3. Give me Ted 3. Give us Ted 3. Come on, man. Let me see what else. Petra from Amsterdam. What are your favorite pizza toppings? Out of all the questions in the world, you ask me that. Well, it's okay. Pepperoni. Sometimes a little bit of tuna. And I don't know. I really go for cheese and tomato a lot. I think that's pretty cool for a pizza. Cheese, tomato. Yeah. Try it sometime. We have Lulu from Lima. Lima's in Peru, for those of you that don't know. It's an awesome place and people like to party there. Who inspired you to make music growing up? I don't really, never really had an inspiration. I just loved making music. Like, it came natural, I think. I don't know. It was never like one guy like, oh my God, this is so awesome, I want to do it. It was always like, when I was like behind the keyboard or like when I opened the music production program for the first time, I was like, oh my God, this is so awesome. Look at all the stuff you can do. I'm going to do so much stuff. And now 16 years later, I'm still doing lots of stuff with music. So I guess it worked out. Was there a specific person that inspired you to write Something? Yessie from Shirley. Is it Shirley from Yessie or Yessie from Shirley? Thank you. It's Yessie from Shirley. Yeah, so if there's a specific person to write Something about, well, I didn't personally write Something. Mike Taylor wrote Something. I just made the music. And if I would have to choose... No. For me, it's a song. Like, for me, the most important thing, which everyone always has to remember, a song can mean something to each one of us personally. But that's why we make the songs, because we want you to feel it, you know. We want you to link the song to one of your memories, so you always have a tune to that memory. So, yeah. Sailor from Chattanooga. What was it like working with David Guetta for Hey Mama? Well, David Guetta is like one of my best friends in the whole world, and we worked on a lot of songs together. We did Titanium. We did Hey Mama. What else did we do together? I think we did another pretty epic song. TikTok. I don't remember. We made a lot of songs together. But like working on Hey Mama was like having dinner at your brother's house. It's like, hey David, how are you? Yes, yeah. Let's do this song. Okay. Hey Mama. So yeah, it's always fun. Jess from Toronto. What's my favorite city to party and DJ in? This is from Jess coming from Toronto. Toronto! No, I love a lot of cities, but especially in the USA, like people get crazy. Miami, New York, Las Vegas, Los Angeles, San Bernardino, a lot of crazy parties. Vancouver, Van City. I think. I had a great time in Orlando a couple of years ago. Yeah, those are like my main cities. What do I think is harder? Oh, sorry. Matt from Hartford. What do I think is harder? Creating a song with a melody that no one has ever heard, or putting together a DJ set with some songs people already know? Well, obviously, creating a song with a melody that no one has ever heard before, because most people have heard every melody in existence. Like the thing is with music creation, what kind of sucks is like usually when you're in the studio, you're like, oh, this is awesome. Like, oh my god, this is so awesome. You like send the track to like your manager or something. Like, yeah, but it kind of sounds like this song and this song and this song and this song, because I think there's millions of songs made over the last couple of years, and every melody has been played before. So it's just a way of bringing it. So coming up with something that no one has ever heard before, that's the most difficult thing. Preparing a DJ set, it's the easiest thing in the world. It's like, oh, I play this song, I play this song, I play this song, I play this song. That's, yeah. So, Jackson from Tucson, how do you find artists for your label? Well, I have a management company that gets a lot of requests from all kinds of artists, and they get demos and they listen to it, and if they like there's anything good in there, they send it to me. I also have a couple of assistants around the studio that also release, they receive a lot of promos and they send them through to me. And just a lot of people giving me USB sticks. But like the most important thing, like when you see me anywhere, just like go to me like, hey man, I want to give you a song, and like I'll give my email address. That's also how I met a lot of the artists that I signed to my label, just by talking to them like on site. Yes. Nicole from Grand Rapids, what is the most days in a row you had gigs? I don't know if that's correct grammar. I'm Dutch, so whatever. The most days I had gigs in a row, I think was like 60 days, 70 days. Back like 4 years ago when I like did the summer tour, I did it every year. I went like everywhere in Europe just to like play all the tourist places, and just every day just like ram out the gigs just so I could DJ. And it was so much fun. Didn't leave with a lot of money because flights were usually just as much as I got paid or more expensive. But it was awesome because I got to DJ every night and I met a lot of new friends. So yeah, 70 days. Natalie from St. Louis, when are we going to get the video for Summer Thing? Well, I actually got how you say, like the screener, like the, hey Nick, this is the video for Summer Thing, what do you think about it, like last week. And I thought it looked pretty good, so it's probably going to be out within a couple of weeks. So it's going to be exciting. And I'm in it too. Well, you know. Bella from Lexington. What do you like to do in your downtime? Well, I like to make music in my downtime. Like usually when I'm free, I'm either or PlayStationing or making music. And it's usually making music. So, yeah, there's that. Ellie from Entourage. Oh, that's Ellie from Entourage. No, it's Ellie from Entourage. That's a city. Who's my current celebrity crush? Oh, I don't have one. I have to say, like, it's not a crush, but I love Will Ferrell. He's so funny. I recently watched Get Hard with Kevin Hart and Will Ferrell, and that was epic. That was epic. Will Ferrell, awesome. Amy from Chandler, who's an up-and-coming DJ you are really into right now? Well, he's not really up-and-coming, but I'm a big fan of Skrillex. And all like the hip-hop stuff he's doing right now with Jack U is really awesome. Anthony from Buffalo, what social media am I most addicted to? I think, like, I'm really addicted to Instagram, but I think Twitter really takes the cake because the communication is so fast and you constantly get the updates. And I love speaking with my fans, even when I'm like in the studio producing music. I always have like Twitter open in the background, so I can just like go back and forth talking with my fans, which is really awesome. Like I love Instagram, like showing like, oh, look at the cool shit I did. I love Instagram for like having like, oh, look at me, look at all the cool stuff I've done, and like look at my pictures, like my pictures, which is like it's fun. But like in the comment section, you can't really communicate. So yeah, Twitter is my #1 back and forth thingy. Talkable communication system. Activate. We have Anthony from Buffalo. What social... Sorry, we just had him. Vanessa from Edmonton. Where did I get the name Afrojack? Well, it's really simple. When this grows out, like when my hair grows out, it becomes a giant afro. And Jack is just like this thing they used to say in house music back when it all started, they called it jacking music, and like you jack your body, so it's like the dance in dance music. So when I was younger, I thought like, wow, you know what would be cool? Afrojack. So I just made a couple of tracks and I sent them to a label. Say, yeah, I'm Afrojack. It's like, oh wow, that's a really cool name. I was like, yeah, well, that's my producer name. I'm Afrojack. Nice to meet you. So that's sort of how that came about. Then we have Jade from Pittsburgh. What made you decide to venture? I don't know who spelled these questions, but it literally said, what did you make decided to venture into clothing design? So, in any case, we had the question. What made me decide to go into clothing was really simple. Like, I was younger. I used to like design stuff all the time just for fun. Like let my imagination run wild, design clothes, design websites. I used to be a web designer, like scrumming along to make some money. It was really funny actually, because making websites was so simple back then, and people always thought it was like the most genius thing in the world. So it was a good way to make some money when I was younger. But yeah, I always loved Japanese animation. I always loved drawing. I still draw every now and then, and I like creating stuff. And then when G-Star approached me to do a clothing line together, I was like, oh my god, I get to design clothes for real now. So it was pretty epic. We have Dominic from Santa Ana. What is the craziest thing? Oh, the craziest thing I've ever seen happen at one of my shows. I still want to give a shout out to this guy. This was like 30 minutes away from Miami. I did the show. I think it was called Nana Nana Beach. I remember I was DJing and there was this fan who was so excited and he wanted to come say hi to me on stage. So he ran up on the stage and like, Afrojack, and security just came from the side and like, and that sucked. I met him outside afterwards after the venue and I'm like, yo man, bro, thank you, but don't run up the stage. Security don't know what to do. They get scared and they knock you out, as you've seen. So that was like by far the craziest thing I've ever seen. Just like, that sucked. That really sucked. Like, imagine like Mickey Mouse running to Minnie Mouse and like they want to hug each other and like security coming and knocks Mickey Mouse out. Yeah, so that sucked. Again, shout out to you, whoever you were. Don't do it again. I love you. Thank you. We have the final question. The final question. Can finally stop holding this paper. Savannah from Bakersfield. Who are my closest DJ friends? We have David Guetta, Tiesto, Martin Garrix, Sebastian Ingrosso, Sonny James and Ryan Marciano, everyone that signed on my label, Skrillex, Diplo, Rooks. He's not a DJ, but he's the DJ photographer and he's awesome. Nicky Romero, Dimitri Vegas like Mike, Kelvin Harris, like almost everyone that like I had a residency with or like around in Las Vegas, and anyone I grew up with in Holland, they're like my closest friends. And I also just met a lot of people by performing at different festivals around the world, and you meet them, you hang out. Same thing with Avicii. Avicii, like, we're really good friends. Steve and Jello, super close. Talk to each other on email like every day, like, hey baby, how are you? I miss you. No, not like that, but yeah, we all keep in touch. It's like really awesome actually, like the whole DJ culture, we're all really close and really good friends. There's not a lot of competition, so that's nice. Oh, Hardwell, of course. Shout out to Hardwell. Alles lekker. That's what we say to each other when we see each other. So yeah, I think that pretty much covers it. I have to grab the paper again because there's something that I have to say at the end. Thanks again for sending in your questions. For me. This was a blast. Thanks again to Romeo and Saturday Night Online. I am Afrojack.